Hey y'all, what's going on? Empress Ashley Simone here, back with another video. Hope life is well for you guys. For me, 2024 has been a roller coaster, but a roller coaster on new levels, which has been amazing. Right now in my life, I'm really creating new roots, new foundations, which is amazing because who are you without a strong foundation and base that you can trust? Okay. So, what's on my mind in this moment? I had a beautiful morning ritual, started my morning peacefully, calmly, artistically, and really with the divine. And something just came through. So let's continue our chat. My past few videos have been about, Mother, the divine feminine, the feminine Christ, Mary Magdalene, the Sibyls, the ancient goddesses, Asherah, Ashtoreth, Lilith, Inanna, Astarte, Erishkigal, Sophia, like so many ancient goddesses that were birthed, created, downloaded, right? The portal downloaded through the ancient lands of ancient Persia, Kemet, Turkey, Iraq, unfortunately, where there is a lot of bloodshed and genetic cleansing, those holy lands that the patriarchy ensures will always have the energy of war and violence consistently going. That's what's been coming to me, right? Those ancient goddesses of those lands. And, the truth is just always right in front of you. It's up to us if we want to see it, if we're able to see it. Our mind can be a tricky thing and can make us feel like we don't know anything. And a lot of us move through life with rose-colored glasses on, especially if you are someone, especially if you're someone who has water sign placements. But regardless of astrology, a lot of us move through life not really wanting to see the truth. And depending on your level and if you are committed to being in reality, the truth has not been revealed to you yet. So when you see certain groups of people, certain demographics always being targeted, clearly there's power there. Because if there wasn't power there, nobody would care, right? So you see that happening with melanated folks. You see that happening with women, right? You see that happening with young children. You see that happening with the elderly, right? So, let's just continue to open our eyes and to honestly just surrender to what is. So before I go on a tangent about that, I'm just going to be frank, the energy of the feminine Christ, Mary Magdalene, really came through to me this morning. And there's just something I want to share about the lack of truth when it comes to artistry and when it comes to storytelling and telling the truth, right? When it comes to truth telling, I should say. And the biggest thing that always annoys me, then something that I always see and something that's always knocking on my door for me to delve deeper in and understand is the misrepresentation of Nubian women when it comes to divine feminine spaces, right? And I'm not seeing enough, okay? I'm not seeing enough representation. Talk is cheap. Where are the photos? Where's the artistry? I think that's my main thing, right? Where's the artistry? Talk is cheap. So where's the photos that go right next to what people are saying? I see so many photos of non-melanated looking women when it comes to divine feminine, when it comes to, mother, when it comes to that type of stuff. And yes, we all know especially if you're on the path of deeply being connected to ascension and deeply being connected to the age of Aquarius. Yes, not everything is about race, but at the same time, it is though. And when you see that certain people and certain groups of people are being misrepresented or not being represented at all, that's something to not to tap into. A few months ago, I used to consider myself a starseed. And a few months ago, I'm just like, you know what? I'm getting rid of this identity, this label. Why? Because in the starseed culture, I'm not seeing the truth being told. We all know that melanated Nubian people were the first to walk this earth. Like, I'm not even gonna tell the story. We all know it. Why isn't that being represented? Let's just cut the crap. Let's cut the crap. So I've spoken about this book on my channel before, Magdalene Mysteries, and this is a book that I love. I love everything about this book, but I do have some concerns. And I would just say the one thing that I'm just like, okay, here it is again, is the misrepresentation and the artistry when it comes to melanated women. My thing is this. There are women of all shapes, sizes, colors, fine, include us all. But when I see that, let's say out of 10 photos, 1 is melanated or 2 is melanated, it's not clicking. It's not clicking, especially when we're talking about ancient times. That's what is just like, wait, so no one else notices this? We're talking about ancient times, and there's very little representation of melanated women. I do feel like as time goes on, more and more of this is going to come out and be represented. I would say about a month ago, there was a lot of photos being put on Twitter, and it popped on my feed of I think an ancient Christian church in somewhere in the East, finally opened itself to the public, and all the disciples were melanated. All the disciples were Black. And I wish I really cared that much to pop the photo. Maybe later on in my future videos, I'll get that tech savvy and pop the photo right there. But yeah, all the disciples Black. And even when we tap into the Rastafarian culture and when we tap into Ethiopian Christianity, all the artistry have melanated people on it, right? So I want to speak about my dear Mary Magdalene, and she was a Nubian woman. She was a Nubian woman, and I'm just sick and tired of the distortion. Let's just be honest here, right? And let's just be honest. So here's a photo. This is the very first photo in this book, and one of the only photos in this beautiful book of knowledge. The author did an amazing job, and I'm just gonna flip through real quick to see if any last things wanna pop out of me. The author did an amazing job with the context, the ritual, like everything. Mwah. She did her thing, and I thank her for this, because this book has literally changed my life. You know what I'm saying? But as a melanated woman, okay, this is something that stood out to me. And what stood out to me is that the very first photo, when I tell you, like, this is the front cover, this is page 1, page 2, page 3. The very first photo is this, Mary Magdalene. And as you can see, this is a Black woman with the cross that a lot of Rastafarians and Ethiopian believers use to this day within their culture and belief and ritual system. Right? I'm not saying they're the only culture that uses this cross, but this is something that I see prominently within the Rastafarian culture and Ethiopian Christianity culture and spirituality and religious beliefs. So I'm looking at this photo and I'm like, wow, like, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Like, I feel represented. I feel like I tapped into a whole new truth, a whole new portal honestly, I feel like I tapped into a whole new type of love and understanding. And I'm like, okay, but I don't really see any other photo that really depicts what a melanin woman depicts. Why am I seeing all other photos that don't look like melanated women, that don't have melanated women texture or features? But the very first photo in this book, and more importantly, this photo is on the back side of who this book is dedicated to. So you open up the first few pages of a book. This book is dedicated to Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, the goddess of memory, the 9 muses, and to all the mothers, including our own. And she speaks about that. Job 1:21, naked I come from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return. So I feel like this was very deep symbolism that the author did to put this photo on the back of this page. I'll just have that right there. On the back of basically the dedication. So I'm not too sure what's going on, but I'm big in looking into symbology, and this was important for me. I think it really stood out to me of just truth telling in the most subtlest ways. And we're in the age of Aquarius, and little by little, hopefully I'll see it in my lifetime that I can see truth telling becoming more bold. The feminine is rising, and more I just want the truth to be out. Women of all shapes, sizes, colors have been here for a very long time. But we all know when it comes to melanated women, there is a global distaste, opposition, right? And it's not about having photos of just melanated women. It's not that type of ego game. It's more so about just having more balance and more truth, right? We now know that Mary Magdalene is now an archetypal figure that shows up to people in different ways. The shade of the skin is nothing when we're talking about the divine, right? And really trying to get the message. But if we're talking about truth and just love and honesty, then we just tell the story how the story is. And have more balanced representation. Right? Because if there was a lot more photos of melanated women, melanated depictions of Mary Magdalene, it would be cool. It would be fine. But to know that as I flip through this book on the regular, I don't see it, and I turn to this one front page and I see it, and there's only one photo, that's what we're talking about here. So I hope you guys understand my point of view. And if you don't, that's fine too. That's cool too. But yeah, it was just really on my mind to just come through and post this video about truth telling, about melanated women being more represented in the art. I wish I was an artist. I wish I drew, cause man, I would be one of the revolutionists in the artistry game to put out more melanated feature women when it comes to ancient times and memes and just all the divine feminine stuff. I want to see more Black women in it. And when it comes to Mary Magdalene, the truth will continue to be revealed of who she was and what she looked like and all the beauty in that. So I'm gonna just wrap it up here. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to donate to the channel, support your girl, you can cash at me at Lacey, Leysi 777. That's my cash app to tip your girl. But yeah, we're just gonna end this here. I just feel so complete on this message at this time. So I'll see you guys soon. See you guys in a few months. Who knows? I'll drop a video when it feels right. All right. Bye.